Well, for more on drones, I spoke to Brian Whiteside, Chief Operating Officer for a drone Complier, a company that provides solutions for companies working with the devices. I asked him what the future holds for the industry.
Well, it's truly an exciting time. There's so many changes going on. I think one of the biggest changes that we're seeing now is automation. For many years, the drones have required human interaction, and now we're starting to see the change where the drones are capable to make decisions and fly by themselves.
And what other sorts of uses are we seeing? I know there's a lot of excitement when it comes to things like drone delivery and even when medical uses, entering war zones and things like that. What else is on the horizon?
You know, now's a time of great change. The size and the capabilities of drones are shifting dramatically. You know, companies like Uber and Airbus, EHang out of China, one of the recent big changes is that they're talking about carrying people now and passengers. So, you know, the scope and the scale continues to increase, and the ways in which we employ the technology is really only limited by our imagination.
So at the moment, what are some of the companies and really the sectors that are really pushing some of this development?
You know, there's probably two big sectors. One, it's in the logistics, sort of the transportation mindset, and that's, you know, with the companies like Amazon and Uber, you know, moving packages and objects and people. The other side that's really growing is on the services side, where you see inspections, industrial inspections, things along those lines, where drones are really good at getting places that are difficult or dangerous for humans to reach.
Now, a lot of people might be wondering, you know, they're seeing this drone technology and wondering, how does this actually apply to me in my everyday life? What's the consumer reaction been like so far?
You know, consumers, it's mixed. I think everybody's very excited about the future and technology, but there's also a bit of trepidation about what does this mean to our society and how we're going to interact with technology going forward. Because it's not just drones. It's our cars, it's our refrigerators, it's you know, the term that's used, the Internet of Things. So the whole world is shifting, and as much as people are excited by the future and the opportunities it brings, there is still some scared concerns out there about people, what this means to us as a species and as society.
And as we know, we're seeing this drone technology really taking off with widespread global interest. So how are countries really trying to address regulation in this industry?
You know, one of the biggest announcements that actually was announced about 2 days ago, which came from ICAO, which is the international regulatory body for aviation operations. And ICAO is an organization that is formed by treaties from the member nations, and they set the standards by which all the countries around the world run their operations from an aviation standpoint. So finally, we're getting to a point where we're going to have a unified approach to drone operations and building quality, operating standards, et cetera. And this is something that has been missing in the drone industry for many years.
Regulators seem to be playing catch-up when it comes to this industry. We know that there are some concerns. Last year, a drone struck a British Airways flight that was coming into land. Some people have been prosecuted for using drones over other people's land, concerns about what this means for the bird population, and then also this issue of privacy and security. What's really being done to address those concerns?
Sure, you know, those are all very, safety and privacy are two of the big top priorities for people who are trying to run and develop this industry. We have software that we call Drone Complier, which is a safety and compliance management software. The manufacturers are developing capabilities within the drones to help build in safety operating standards and geofencing. But the technology clearly has a long way to go to have true integration, you know, like we see in the movies where the drones are flying overhead of people and integrating with day-to-day life. But that's definitely the forecast and where the technology is heading.
Now, for people who haven't tried drone technology, what are some of the misperceptions that you tend to run across?
You know, it's a lot, well, clearly it's a lot of fun. Otherwise, no, many of us wouldn't be doing it. But one of the biggest things is, you know, it's easy to fly a drone once. But if you're going to do a drone in a repeatable day-to-day operation with safety and delivering actionable data in a repeatable manner, that's a very different level of effort and focus for a company. So the idea of flying a drone is pretty easy, but that repeatable, ongoing level of operation, that's when it gets complicated and needs some real planning and forethought.